Harumasa quest, I start by going to video archive. Oh, I've been looping this song in Arknights. I've been really liking this one, the girl's frontline OST. I didn't even realize, so let me go to the next song. One Hit Kill. I like these Girls Frontline 2 songs made by Vanguard. Thank you, Yuffie, for sending. Video archive. A name written in water. I remember really liking the cover art. Would they even have the animation of the pills? Begin agent story. Immersive storytelling, yes. It's time to start! One morning inside the HSO Section 6 office. I'm pleased to see you in good health. Because he's not in good health. Does this tell you the summary? Harumasa's taking another day off. Yanagi mentions a recent case involving illegal meds that might soon be handed over. Harumasa appears to be very intrigued. I should pause the overlapping music. We'll continue the soundtrack after. I was wondering why the music was overlapping. We'll listen to our story quest for a bit. Very good story. I look forward to it.
SWTDD.
Thank you, you made an Uwushi for the 8 months resub. Happy 8 months. The voices should be louder now. Qianyu. You've used up all your leave for the year? His family abandoned him. I've been sick since I was a kid. Didn't you say I had no parents? My master took me in after my parents abandoned me. I passed all the tests for the HSO but got rejected because of my health, but Miyabi took pity on him. You were the strongest candidate. What can you say? I'm a genius. 3 days is the absolute limit. I wonder if his friends, if Miyabi, Yanagi, and Sokaku know about his actual history. You liked it as well while not being a huge fan of Harumasa, so it was a nice quest to you. A true cinema star best story time. HSR, you need the Robin, Herta trivia, and Castorus. We don't know exactly what our Castorus and tribute is yet though. The fake thermometer. It wasn't fake. It was the actual reading. Wait, but it was my cat's temperature. They seized the batch of illegal pharmaceuticals. Where were they seized? In the hollow at Port Alpes. He's actually interested because it probably has to do with what happened to him. The drug sounds perfect for slacking off. It's too good to be true. Even if it's real, there must be some unforeseen consequences. Nothing falls from the sky. That's a cool line, Yanagi. I've heard of this drug before. Was that what was administered to Harumasa? Sounds like it might be. It can boost either aptitude temporarily, but it can cause the user to turn into an ethereal. Seeking power like this is pure opportunism. Real strength comes from hard work, not shortcuts. But those with real strength are always a rare minority. Did you just say something? Thank you, Promiscuted, for subscribing. Thank you for supporting this stream. Welcome as well. Nothing. I'll let you get back to approving my sick leave. Feels like I'm dying. See you after my leave. He doesn't even try to fake it anymore. So they don't know what's happening with Harumasa. Miyabi seems to understand. No, you don't, Chief. We have a very important meeting tomorrow. Please make sure you attend it. Don't be late. Poor Miyabi. Sometime later, inside the video store, there was a faint knock at the door. However, there was only one knock, and it quickly went silent. Was it my imagination, or was that a knock? I heard it. Let's go check. Welcome, Promiscuted, to the stream. Hello. Thank you, Noble Aria, for the 6 months resub. Happy 6 months. She understands because she wants to go too. That is true. It's Harumasa. I knew it was you. As long as I get what I need, it doesn't matter how many times I knock. I need your help with something. You're the only ones who can help me out. What is it? He wants to go investigate the case? I've always been proactive at my job. We don't want any trouble with the executive officers. Trying to track down a wanted criminal who's been missing for years now. His major crime is developing a legal drug through illicit means. Simply put, it's like a wonder drug you see in movies. Sounds suspicious. This is where the protagonist asks, but at what cost? This drug is extremely dangerous. Probably connected to the creator. Let's go find him. When do we leave? Where he becomes friends with Seth. How do you do, fellow officers? I'm not the type of person to take credits for someone else. Right, Junior? Seth, say hi to your brother for me. They both graduated from the same academy. I see. We're also here to investigate. The drugs are connected to an important case I'm investigating. You can't say no to me. They all sent it to the evidence room. That doesn't sound like they're telling the truth. Has anyone told you you're terrible at lying? He's gonna take them by force. Harumasa dashes over to Seth with incredible speed. Such clean moves. Wait. Did you just go through my pockets? Found it. Harumasa picks up the syringe he confiscated from Seth and carefully examines it in the sunlight. Then, under the shocked gazes of the officers, he squeezes a few drops onto his palm before lowering his head to sniff the scent. Then he casually tosses the drug back to Seth. Unfinished product. This isn't the real stuff, just a cheap knockoff. Because I'm an elite from Section 6. There's a whole bunch of ethereals sprinting over. I'll leave them to our brave and skilled public security officers. This is very befitting of Harumasa. I'm busy protecting my bamboo. You do that. Keep me safe. Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to you. After a fierce battle, the public security officers defeat the swarm of ethereals. But right at that moment, a boy appears nearby, stumbling towards the group. Oh? Are you lost? Do you need help? He's still there. Maybe he got injected? I don't think he can hear us or hear it. Or stay away from him. Uh-oh. Oh, yikes. We can still see his head, his human head, and then the body's turning into the ethereal. How did the kid suddenly turn into an ethereal? But his corruption symptoms were pretty mild. And his core came out in seconds? It must be the drug! Thank you, Karons, for the hydrate. Let me drink some water. I see Dot team and Akron team without Jiaozhou. I could see going for not Sunday, going for the Herta or skipping and then saving for the upcoming Casterus. Robin will be useful for your account though. It's too late. This ethereal is tougher than it looks. Well, now Harumasa's protecting them. If you don't want to fight, then get behind me. I will take him down. Oh, do I not have any? Oh, I do have my assist points now. I don't like this ethereal. Top, top. Rest in peace. What happened to him? Those weren't signs of corruption. There's indicators of a late-stage disease. Ether aptitude regression syndrome. People with this condition are naturally frail with lesions appearing on their skin, but they have a higher ether aptitude than the average person. In late stages, their body will rapidly deteriorate until they gradually lose all sensory perception. In the end, even the slightest contact with ether causes severe corruption.
事情的表现，让这病症如同看似祝福的诅咒。目前还没有治愈的办法。
Their high ether aptitude makes this disease turn a blessing into a curse, and there's no cure.
好久不见，有真。你这些年。
That's his old. Long time no see, Harumasa.
认识，只是旧识而已。
Old acquaintances.
你为什么会在这里？到底是长大了呀。
What happened to my little pal, Kirishima?
自我介绍一下，我叫雾岛，姑且算是一位医生。
I wonder if Harumasa was his
刚刚被
patient.
截肢成为蚁骸的孩子，是我的病人。
You're at a point where you hesitate to continue HSR. The game relies heavily on power creep and you didn't buy the walk-in for a few patches. Also, you're a C0 game since you want a lot of characters. New region seems awesome, but you hesitate to quit before getting hype. You can always play for the story and the fun, and then not worry about always full clearing MOC, for instance. Depends on what you play for.
他的病情已到晚期。
His condition had progressed to late stages.
最终选择闯入空洞，结束自己的生命。
He couldn't take the pain anymore, so he decided to enter the hollow and end his own life.
抱歉，给诸位添麻烦了。患有这种疾病的孩子，寿命通常都很短。如果我能早一点发现他的情绪问题就好了。
With this voice. Sorry you had to see that. Children suffering from the disease usually don't live long. I wish I noticed his struggles sooner.
原来刚刚的那些异样，
I feel like
无论如何，治安局不能对此坐视不管。麻烦你和我们回去做个笔录。没问题，我一定配合各位治安官的工作。不过在那之前，可以给我一点时间，让我和亲爱的师弟叙个旧吗？
I feel like this is the guy who voices the Torbjorn Archer. It's the VA I like. I feel like he's the one that voices the NPC in Chinese. No problem. I'll fully cooperate with public security's work. But first, could you please give me a moment to catch up? I was listening and I was like, wait, this voice sounds really familiar.
请便。
Seth and the other officers step aside to start examining the evidence left by the ethereal. It would make sense. He's a dog. He voices Dotori. He's voicing the doctor. Kirishima. Maybe he'll voice a character in ZZZ. I get to hear more of him talk. Let me see.
我还以为我们能分享的事情很多呢。说实话，我没想到你竟然还。 且成为了这么优秀的执行官，真是了不起。
Sounds very similar. I'm not 100% sure. It's slightly different than his other voices. I thought we'd have a lot to share. I never imagined you'd still be alive and become such an outstanding executive officer.
不过你从小就是个乖巧听话、认真努力的孩子，看来你的付出都有了回报。
But you've always been a well-behaved, diligent, and hard-working kid. Looks like all your effort has paid off. Diligent? And that doesn't seem to describe Harumasa. Hope you have fun with the Renaissita exploration, Mafu.
我就当这是夸奖了，所以你是从
When did you become a doctor? Is the doctor gonna become playable? And one who takes on patients like that?
我开了一家疗养院，专门接收患有乙胎室性衰竭综合征的病人。为了弥补我之前的过错。
I sounds really similar to the VA that I like. I ran a sanatorium that treats patients with ether aptitude regression syndrome. To make up for my past mistakes. EARS. They're called the years Ether Aptitude Regression Syndrome.
哎呀，能从你口中听到这种话，还真是令人意外。 虽然我曾做过一些不好的事，但我和你一样，都是被他所欺骗了。你知道的，不然之前我也不会被判为无罪。
I feel like it is him. Maybe Dotori will also go through this arc. I may have done some bad things, but I was deceived by that man just like you were. You know that? Otherwise I wouldn't have been acquitted. He's also a doctor, as the NPC over here, who did some bad things, but he was acquitted.
随你怎么想，这些和我又有什么关系？既然命运让我们再次重逢，一定有它的道理。我们应当是可以合作的。
You and I, we should be able to work together. Can't believe I got to hear my Dotori in ZZZ too. Maybe there's a chance he'll voice a character in ZZZ. Sketchy doctor, Dotori's a lost cause. How do you find the theme of the story so far? I'm a bit sidetracked by the fact that the NPC here is being voiced by my favorite VA. I like the story quest.
你也一直想找到他，对吧？如果你愿意的话，我们师兄弟可以一起。
I found some leads on him. You've been looking for him for a while too, right? I should read the... Wait, I should read the story summary real quick. After defeating the ethereal transformed by the young man, you come across Harumasa Sr., who seems suspicious. You learn that the young man was the senior's patient, suffering from an illness called ether. It doesn't tell you that much. She likes the story quest because favorite VA? Oh, they've been investigating Master.
不错，我查到了他当年躲藏过的一处避难所，只是那里后来被空洞侵蚀了，但也留下了不少线索。
I found a shelter that he used to hide in years ago. It was corrupted by a hollow, but there are so many clues left behind.
如果我们一同前往那里调查，说不定就能顺藤摸瓜，找到他现在的藏身之地。
We're gonna work together with Kirishima. I want to work together. Let me think about it. What do you mean, let me think about it? You want to find your master, right?
师父曾经说过。
Master told me I was his only student, and you were just an assistant.
师兄弟什么的，可小时候不懂事，这么叫叫就算了。
We're not classmates, 师兄弟. I was clueless as a kid and didn't care about these things, so I'd appreciate it if you stopped acting like we're friends.
哪有什么受不起？
Why does he always voice the evil guy? I guess he does tend to voice the evil guys. It's okay, he's voicing Archer.
抱歉，你们大概还要多久？
Me happy would be all ears.
尽快回安全的地方比较好。
How much longer will you need? It's not safe. We should get out of here ASAP. Don't rush us, Seth.
哦，我们已经聊完了。
We're done talking. We're not done talking. The rest is public security's job, and I won't interfere. Goodbye, everyone. Harumasa grabs the bamboo beside him and rushes toward the hollow exit, as if he's afraid someone was going to ask him to stay and work overtime. What were you guys talking about? That wasn't intentional. Oh, and then we leave. There are no more lines. It's okay, I should meet him again. We're gonna work together to find the master. Welcome back, Chromagus. Evil has to have charisma. To be honest, I was only planning to snag a few samples from the PubSec officers. Kirishima. Who exactly is the Kirishima guy? 误导。
他还自称是你的师兄。
名义上来说，我只有一个师傅，而他曾是师傅的助手。
He was my master's assistant. Guess you could say we're old acquaintances. No heartwarming, cheesy movie moments.
我不信任他。
I don't trust him. I can tell.
看出来了，你们好像关系不太好的样子。
除了误导之外，还有师傅的事， 我也没打算
About
瞒
the
着你。
master thing, cards on the
我之前说
table.
过，第一个研制出那种违禁药
Guy
物的
who
人
made the
已经
drug.
成为通缉犯，失踪了很长时间。而这位通缉犯先生，
Oh, the criminal is the master.
他所研究的药剂确实能在短时间内提升人的以太噬性，
His drug improves aptitude,
除此之外，
and there's no way around the terrible side
总之在当
effects.
时的那场审判里，师傅理所当然被判处有罪，可还没等到接受惩罚，他就离奇
He
失
was
踪了。
found guilty by the Inquisitors, but disappeared before
按
facing
照误导的说
punishment.
法，师傅是畏罪潜逃，他觉得师傅害他，在不知情的情况下参与了非法实验，所以想要找师
The
傅复仇。
Kirishima thinks my master fled to avoid punishment, and he feels he was deceived into participating in illegal experiments. So he wants to get back at my master. He even wanted me to join him. Let's join him!
那你对师傅的看法是？
师傅教会了我很多东西，
Master
不
taught
管
me
是
a
如
lot
何
of
射
things,
箭，还是其他，
including archery and
在我
other
眼里，
things.
他曾一直如同我的家人。
He was like
直到
family.
他突然失踪，我才知道他在研究的到底是什么。
He was clueless about the research until the master
我一直
disappeared.
想要找到他，因为我还有一个问题，
Does he want to ask
想
why
从他口
he
中得到答案。
why he rescued him? I have a question only he can answer. Thank you, Shy Pixel, for the hydrate. Let me drink some water. Welcome back, Sir Turtlehut. Inquisitors. I don't think we've met any Inquisitors in the story yet, right?
自从当上执行官之后，我就一直在尝试追踪这桩案件，可惜一直没能找到切实的线索。直到最近，这种违禁药物竟然再次出现了。从刚刚拿到的样品来
The
看，
sample I saw was
这并
not
不是
was
师傅
not
曾
my
经制作的那
master's
批药
work though.
而是药效更低、
A
副作
cheap
用更强的半成品。
knockoff.
怎么样？我把这些秘密
He actually
都
told
一
us
五一十告诉
everything.
你。哦，对了，还有一件最重要的事，
This
这
isn't
其实不是
actually
执行
work.
官的工作。
It's my
这是我
private
自己的私人调查如果
investigation.
雅科长他们问起来，还得麻烦你帮我保密了。
Don't worry, your secret's safe with
放心吧。
me.
我会保密的。
谢了，你哎呦，不知不觉都等我查到更多线索。
It's time for the second part of the quest. Harumasa. Oh, he's still hiding something from us? I just feel like he hasn't laid all his cards on the table. He probably has his reasons. Right on time. We get teleported over. You like hot pot? There's even a little shark boo sitting in the back with a little girl. Free food is free food. This is about the commission. You met the one treating me to this meal. When people are unusually nice for no reason, it's just a trap. It might just be a trap. It reminds me of the Starro interview they did, where they said they were inviting people to dinner, and then they had to work really hard, so you shouldn't accept any dinner invites. If anything goes wrong along the way, I can only rely on you. Welcome back, Supo. If possible, I'd like to be buried at sea. That escalated quickly. Looks like they're here. In the distance, a familiar figure appears. Harumasa's alleged senior classmates. Wait, and 3 young people trail behind him. Sorry to keep you waiting, Harumasa. This is my friend Bao. She's a big shot tycoon, runs a business that's really taking off. If you impress her, she might just invest. Guys like her love donating to good causes. She's just a little shy. The wealthier they are, the more they know how to keep it low-key. Well, I'm honored. Let me introduce.
这几位是目前住在疗养院里的孩子，小春、加奈、梁介，和大家打个招呼吧。
These are the kids living at my sanatorium. Tsubaki, Kana, Ryusuke.
很高兴见到你们。那个，因为生病，我们基本都被家人放弃了。多亏了雾岛先生。
Mr. Kirishima took us in.
是的，雾岛先
Gave
生
us
的
free
疗养院
food, shelter,
给
and
我们提
medical
供免费
care.
的医疗和食物。
哈哈，其实我也只是做了自己该做的事而已。毕竟，乙太室性衰竭综合征这种病比较特殊，病例稀少。
I'm just doing my part.
是吗？据我所知，
Last I heard,
这种病的某些特征可是很受关注的。
certain characteristics of this disease are pretty well known.
那个什么，今天我们相聚在这里，还是说点开心的话题吧。哎，这位店长朋友，你还不知道吧？优真小时候可是难得一见的天才，他第一次摸到弓箭就能射中7、8环，可厉害了。
First time he picked up a bow, Harumasa was hitting bullseye. Harumasa was a real genius when he was a kid. Harumasa is still a genius.
这有什么？他现在
Genius
是
at
天才啊
escaping work. Though it seems like he's escaping work for other purposes. Good night to Light. Thank you for joining in. You impressed her, no worries. She will E6 you, just get on the banner.
哦，除了身手之外，这小子在其他地方也是一点就通，一教就会。
This kid can learn
真令人羡慕啊。
anything with minimal guidance. Yeah, I can't believe he hasn't voiced any characters yet. But it seems like Archer will be here. But what if it's Rin and Archer? What if Archer's the memo sprite? I have a feeling with the whole memo sprite servant, with the memo sprite system in Star Rail. What if our servants are just like the summon on the thing? We summon them and then we actually only can walk around with Rin and Shiro. And we can't actually walk around a Saber and Archer. That feels like that could be the path they go down.
可惜遇到了那样的师傅，
I don't want to walk around with Rin. I want to walk around with
所以我
Archer.
才想要和尤真一起找到那家伙。
Too bad Master turned out the way he did. The things that man did are unforgivable. That's why I want to find him with Harumasa.
你是叫加奈对吧？为什么一直不说话？
我
She hasn't said anything.
啊，这孩子体质弱，平时也很少出门，不太擅长和人交流。
She's not used to socializing due to her health. Don't mind her. Fake collab is secret. We know we have some scenes, like the scene where they revealed we heard Archer's voice in that one animation.
来来来，我们还是别在这站着了，赶紧进去吃火锅吧。
At the table, Kirishima goes on about Harumasa's glorious past. According to him, Harumasa was a real prodigy. It's a mystery what happened to make him the guy who can't even be bothered to knock on the door twice. Not sure if Harumasa is shy or what, but every time Kirishima flatters him, he just keeps his head down, fiddling with his phone. Is he the type that gets embarrassed easily? The group chats over hot pot in a pleasant, but not exactly lively atmosphere. Of course, Kirishima does most of the talking. We can actually hear him talk! The sanatorium kids are very shy and quiet. Throughout the conversation, Kirishima repeatedly tries to steer the topic toward their master, but Harumasa skillfully changes the subject each time until they finish eating with no chance to continue.
各位接下来还有空吗？我们要不要再找个地方坐坐？
Maybe we should find somewhere else to... Before he can finish, a familiar public security officer walks up to him. Did you interrupt him, Seth?
乌岛先生，真不好意思，在这种情况下和你再见。但我们接到匿名举报，
They're taking him away. We received
还请配合我们走一趟。
anonymous tip about illegal activities you may be involved in. Please come with us.
违法行为？你们弄错了吧？我可是遵纪守法的好市民。
I've always been a law-abiding citizen. You must be mistaken. Welcome, Base Liberty. You just beat the story, loved it, but what should you do now? Did you do all the side quests? Pappy, welcome back. I am a Fate fan.
没弄错，就是你。你做
No
什么事
mistake, sir.
心里应该还是清楚的
We're
吧。
here for you. You should know exactly what you did.
请放心， 治安局最近刚换了很好的茶叶，
I won't be able to hear him talk anymore.
我们可以过去细说。
这恐怕不太方便。我等会儿还要送这3个孩子回疗养院，因为生病，他们很少有机会离开病房，我可不能放着他们不管。你看。
I'm afraid this isn't a good time. I have to take these kids back to the sanatorium soon. They hardly get to see the outside world. I can't just leave them all on their own. Surely you understand.
配合治安官调查是新案例中公民
Don't
的基
give
本
our officer a hard
可
time.
别让辛苦的治安官小哥为难呀。这样吧，人
I'll take the kids.
保证送到你们疗养院。
Goodbye, Kirishima.
舞蹈先生，请移步。
好吧，我知道了。尤真，这些孩子就拜托你了，
Take them to Port Albus.
劳烦你把他们送到厄比斯港口就好。疗养院就在那附近，我会派人去接。
The sanatorium is nearby, and I'll send someone to pick them up.
怎么不想让我去疗养院？难道那里有什么
Got
见不得
something
人的
to
东西
hide at the sanatorium?
当然不是，我只是不想太麻烦你。为了给病人们创造静养的环境，我特意选了非常偏僻的地方，没
A
有接头人的
remote
话，
area
还挺难找到的呢。
with a quiet environment to better help our patients. It's difficult to find without someone leading the way.
这样啊，但我这位特别
Maybe my super rich
和我
friend
一起去哪？
wants to come
你不
too.
想让富豪看看自己的疗养院吗？说不定大笔一挥就是好几个亿的投资呢。
Wouldn't you want a wealthy investor to see your sanatorium? Might just drop a couple $100 million dennies. Yes, that's right.
我现在对你们的项目非常
I'm
感
very
兴趣。
interested.
如果看了现场满意的话，1个亿
I
的
love how
投资
Belle
不在
plays
话下。
along. This Harumasa Story Quest is the trip to the doctor? Indeed. But it wasn't the doctor I was expecting.
有这样的贵客登门，我们就更要好好准备一番了。目前疗养院还有一些不尽如人意的地方。
Speaking of the doctor, I haven't seen the doctor in Genshin in so long. We need to prepare for such an esteemed guest properly. There are still parts of the sanatorium that need
等
work.
我们优化好之后，下次一定邀请你们前来。
We'll be sure to invite you once everything is ready.
舞蹈先生说的没错，我们
All the kids are really
有些需要准
obedient.
备的事情。
行吧，那我就把他们送到港口，等你的接头人过来。
你们几个跟在优真身边要听话，别给他添麻烦，明白了吗？
Stay close to Harumasa, be good, and don't cause him any trouble.
知道了。
那就祝你走好喽。
那就祝你走好喽。See you later.
走。我带你
Goodbye,
去港口
Kirishima. We're here. Mr. Harumasa, you drive way too fast. I feel a little... Sorry. You got car sick? Wanna take a break? I'm okay. Harumasa's usual smile fades as he scans the surroundings, his sharp golden eyes glinting with an unusual edge. After quickly assessing the area, he breathes a sigh of relief. Looks like your contact isn't here yet. In that case, let's go check out the ocean first. Harumasa really likes the ocean. He said spread my ashes over the sea. I knew you'd be on board. Ocean time. Wait, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think this is a good idea. Mr. Kirishima's going to get mad. Mr. Kirishima never lets us stay outside for too long since he's worried about our health. You seriously care that much about what the guy thinks? Relax. As long as we keep it between us, he'll never know. But Kana wants to see the ocean. Don't overthink it. If anything happens, I've got you covered. Just follow my lead. Wow, indeed. It's beautiful here. I didn't expect the view from this side to be so stunning. But you live nearby, don't you? Yeah, of course, we've been here. Just slipped my mind for a sec. That's right. We don't get out much because of our condition. Take it easy. Now that we're here, let's make the most of it and have some fun. Even the air here feels so much fresher. Over there, look! Seagulls! I just realized there's a giant can of the fries. The fake fries. The fries logo at the top. Wait, where? I want to see it too. What's so special about seagulls? Why is it flying at me? I must have heard you talking trash about it. You spent some time together, enjoying the sea breeze and the beautiful scenery around you. If only things could stay like this forever. Kana. Kana's words seem to trigger something as all three of them become somber. At the same time, Harumasa seems to notice something in the distance, his expression suddenly becoming serious. But just as quickly, his usual smile returns as if nothing happened. Alright everyone, I have an idea. Since the weather's so nice and we've got so many people, how about we play a game? You know, to pass the time. Let's play hide and seek. I knew you'd want to. So Bao and I will be the seekers and the three of you go hide. He doesn't want the contact to pick them up. We can start hiding now, just don't go too far. You turn your backs together and you can faintly hear the sound of everyone running off. Looks like you're a little confused. You must have seen something. You've got a sharp eye yourself. I saw the contact Kirishima mentioned. He's right over there. But he's got bad eyesight or something. Hasn't even noticed us. You don't want to hand them over, do you? Exactly. Something's off with these kids. They're clearly afraid of something. Kirishima brought them over for this meal, probably to convince me he's turned over a new leaf and to convince me to help him find my master. But my gut's telling me there's something fishy about the sanatorium he mentioned. I got Kirishima out of the way during the meal so I could talk to the kids alone. Oh, and see if I could get anything out of them. So you were the one who called public security. It was nothing. I filed an anonymous report, and the charges I listed, all true, stuff Kirishima's done in the past. It might not be enough to put him away. Oh, so I should see him again. But it's more than enough to make him sit through an afternoon at the public security. Now the tricky part is, these kids don't trust me either. Not surprising given where they're from. We'll need to earn their trust first. But first, we have to also deal with the contact. Harumasa pulled out his phone and started fiddling with it. All set, used the power of money to round up some helpers. Our dear contact's probably gonna spend the afternoon enjoying a really good nap. I have a lot of connections on both sides of the law. Don't act like you didn't already know. Besides, there is no absolute justice or evil in this world. Hide and seek. Time to find the kids. Oh, one of them is just chilling over here. 5 out of 8 areas then. Good luck to Forties. Hope you're enjoying. You found me. Have you found Kana? Mm-mm. Kana loves the breeze, so she might be hiding somewhere high up. I've been meaning to say this for a while. You've got a crush on Kana, don't you? Wait, Harumasa could... How did you know? I mean, no, that's not what I meant. Don't be shy. I think you two would be cute together. That was out of the blue. I didn't realize Ryusuke had a crush on Kana. Really? You think Kana and I would be good together? Totally. Harumasa's right. Absolutely. But Hana would never like me. I mean, she's always had her eyes on Shinya. Shinya was a friend of ours from the sanatorium, but some stuff happened, so he passed away. I see. So you feel like you could never measure up to someone who's gone. It is hard to measure up to someone who's gone. Of course not. It's just Shinya, he got hurt because of us. I don't have an enemy to be as brave as him. I didn't even have the guts to fight back. Sounds like your friend did something really amazing. He did, but I can't talk about the details. That's alright. Sounds like everyone at the sanatorium is really close with each other. People like us could disappear from this world without warning at any given minute. And this illness, the longer you stay in the sanatorium, the older you get, the more likely it is your illness gets to you. We've had friends who were fine one day and gone the next. So we're all close because every meeting, every conversation could be the last. Honestly, sometimes I wonder, is it really worth all this effort just to keep living? Harumasa says it is. Harumasa looked at Ryusuke with a serious expression, his golden eyes steady and profound, as if filled with untold stories within their depths. It was as if he wasn't just looking at the person in front of him, but also glimpsing fragments of his own past as well. Because I want to believe that everything is worth it. So until our final moments arrive, don't give up. By the way, could you help me talk to Kana? She's been really upset after what happened to Shinya. I'm scared she might do something reckless. Don't worry, we'll talk to her. Ryusuke told us a lot. She might be hiding somewhere higher up. Oh, but the dots tell us where people are. Oh, Sabaki's taking a picture of the seagull. Oh no, you found me. It's been a while since I played hide and seek. I didn't expect it to be this fun. You hid really well. Took us a while to track you down. You picked a smart hiding spot. She was taking a picture of the seagull. Welcome back, sweet little enjoyer. Blue-haired MC. Our current one. I wanted to ask you something. What did Kirishima say about me to you? He said that you're a very important guest and we should make a good impression. That guy sure likes to make things up. We did know each other as kids, but we've got nothing to do with each other now. He probably wants to take advantage of my position in the HSO and get me to bend the rules for him. But that's not happening. I'd get fired for that. Then why are you with Mr. Kirishima? The truth is, while working in the Hollow, we ran into a boy who'd been consumed by the corruption. Turns out the boy was one of the patients from your sanatorium. Wait, the guy we saw in the beginning was the Shinya? According to Kirishima's statement, Shinya couldn't bear the pain from his illness anymore and chose to take his own life by running into the Hollow, where he was eventually turned into an ethereal. That doesn't line up with what he said. He said, help me. Shinya wasn't what? Nothing? By the way, I noticed you seem really concerned about Kana. Is she okay? Shenya's death hit her really hard. They've known each other for a long time. They grew up together. They were among the first to enter the sanatorium, so I guess they supported each other through a lot. That explains it. I noticed Kana hasn't said much today. She reminds me of a girl I worked with once, who had emotional issues her family ignored. It only got worse, and she eventually took her own life. That sounds awful. Kana wouldn't do something like that, would she? To be honest, I've studied a bit of psychology. If she's left to her own devices, it could be dangerous. We will go talk to her. Can you tell me more about what's been going on with Kana? Actually, I think she might be like that case you just mentioned. I know our illness makes things tough, but Kana wasn't always like this. She used to be the most optimistic person in the sanatorium. When I first got there, I almost didn't make it. It was her who got me through the roughest patch. But after what happened with Shinya, she completely changed. She's closed off, barely says a word, and won't even touch her food. No matter how much I try to cheer her up, nothing works. At this rate, her body won't hold up. She's my best friend. I just want her to be happy. So please help her. You might not believe it, but my friend here is also pretty good at comforting people. We're gonna go. How about Kana? I see. Did Kana get lost or something? We need to find her fast. Let's split up and search. Let's go check near the lighthouse. The Harumasa Story Quest is getting darker and darker. There's no sign of her around here either. Do you think she snuck up the lighthouse? Let's go check. Isn't this area off limits? Did you forget? I'm an executive officer after all. At times like this, you'll just have to trust me. Oh, it is her. It's been so long since I've seen a view like this. Then take a good long look. After all, the view's not going anywhere. Do you know about our illness? Of course. I also know about Shinya. Your friends are really worried about you. They want you to keep on living. I wish all of us could be cured, but they never wanted us to get better. So what? They don't want you to get better, but that's what they want. It's got nothing to do with you. The only thing you need to consider is, what do you want? Tell me, if we're destined from birth to live only a brief, painful life, what's the point of trying so hard to live? That's a pretty heavy question, says Harumasa. For me though, it's because I want to believe that something good will happen. Like you, I spent most of my childhood in a hospital room because of my condition. But now at least, I can stand in a place where I can feel the wind. Harumasa turns toward the sea, letting the gentle breeze lift his yellow headband. In the distance, seagulls cry as they fly by, and the sunlight shimmers golden across the water. But the brightest of lights sparkles in his eyes. A lot of archers don't like the wind because it messes with their aim, but I love it because it gives me the sense of freedom. I didn't expect you to be such a poet. I was thinking I'd get a snarkier answer. I've always been gentle to you kids. Harumasa's always gentle. That was the best partner I could ask for. After all, I'd be totally lost without her. Anyway, back on topic. This is your life, Kana. You have to decide what you're living for. But if you really don't want to live anymore, well, there's nothing much I can say. I'm just being honest. Don't you guys ever get tired of people shouting, "Stay strong," and you've got to keep going like they're selling some self-help course? It gets annoying, right? Hearing that can feel like salt in the wound. But no matter what, being a survivor in your own heart is better than just being a victim, right? Even Shinya, I bet he never saw himself as just a victim. He must have chosen his path to protect someone precious to him. Just then, Tsubaki and Ryusuke show up. There you are, Kana. Are you okay? I'm fine. I just wanted to take in the view a bit longer, to remember it better. You should have said so. Since everyone's here, let's take a group photo. And I get to take a picture of everyone. Harumasa. Oh, we take a picture of everyone on top of the lighthouse. I heard we can go up the lighthouse soon in the future. Target spotted. Did the wind mess up my hair? I don't think so. Looks pretty good to me. Thanks for the photo. I really like them. I like them too. What do we do next? We still have plenty of time. There's only one task ahead of us. To enjoy ourselves here. Oh, and then we go around chilling. Thank you, Kevin, for the hydrate. Was supposed to be an option. Feels like the most relatable character is ZZZ. I do like Harumasa's mentality. The sea breeze, so refreshing. I don't know why, but it feels like the whole world has suddenly quieted down. I could stay here all day. Well, you better not. You might catch a cold. It's okay to have a day like this sometimes. Depends on who you're talking about. For you, it shouldn't be a problem. But for people like us, we need to be more careful. This place is a great photo spot. Time for more pictures. I like how she's waving. And there's even a seagull. Tsubaki over here, say cheese. I see, the middleman outsourced this task to you. Ferocious bamboo. Wait, were they the ones who took out the contact? We completed the mission perfectly. Mr. Harumasa, would you like to take a group photo together? One more picture. You spend the day strolling, having fun, and enjoying each other's company. By evening, you gather again near the fast food stand. Oh. Oh, I see some yummy ribs on the table. Tsubaki, let's go to the restroom. Ryusuke should come too. That isn't appropriate, is it? Just do as I say. Kana drags Tsubaki and Ryusuke away. They're probably going to discuss whether they should trust us or not. I really got a knack for sweet talking. But you know, I feel like I can see a bit of my past self in them. Especially Kana's question. I've asked myself that many times before. Sadly, this is something no one else can give you an answer to. Just then, Harumasa seems to hesitate to say something, but at that moment, a familiar voice suddenly comes from far away. It's Seth and his colleagues. I see some familiar faces. Eavesdrop on the conversation. The drugs they seized were linked to the case back then. What? And oh, they used the kids to make the drugs? They make it from live human tissue. It's from patients with a special disease. Also, they were being used to make the drugs. Because of the disease, their tissues can be used to create the wonder drug.
谁要什么的？这明明就是
That's
非法
straight
药
up
物，
illegal
使用活人做药，
and
这根本就没把
immoral.
他们当人看吧？这种事对病人来说肯定是有很大风险，会加重病
It
情。
can also worsen their
可能导致他们
illness
死亡。
and maybe even
如
kill
果是真
them.
的，如果这药的副作用能再小点儿，我还是挺想要的。
But to be honest, if they could reduce the side effects, I'd be up for
毕
trying
竟
it.
我们平时总要到空洞里出外勤，再熟练的人也有可能遇到危险。可这样不对吧？
But isn't
我
that
们是规避了风险，
unethical?
但对那些病人来说，他们也是想好好活着的呀。
We might be safer, but what about the
你
patients?
说的倒也没错了。
It's a small
只是一
price
点
to
小小的代
pay.
价而已。就像你的同事说的那样，这种病是绝症。既然注定无药可医，利用
Since
它
the
们来治
disease
药，
is
未尝
terminal,
不是一件能造福更多人的好事。
maybe using them to make drugs that help others isn't such a bad
为了实际的
idea.
进步，我们总会有所牺牲。注定早逝的病人，和像两位一样前途无量的治安官，孰轻孰重简直一目了
Making
然。
the world a better place often means sacrifices between patients who won't live long and promising officers like you. The choice is
从
obvious.
整个新爱丽都的视角来看，这些病人不过是一些不得不牺牲的代价罢了。
Looking at the big picture, these patients are just necessary sacrifices we have to make.
监狱幽真，身为对空6课的执行官，
How could you
怎么
say
能说
that?
这种话？这个世界上没有人应该成为代价。
No one deserves to be a sacrifice.
毕业的时候我们都宣誓过，不管是治安局还是对空部，我们理应对所有的平民一视同仁，为保护他们而努力。
We all swore an oath to serve and protect all civilians
如
equally,
果是像你这样，把人分为3、6、9等，
not to judge them as more or less
生命从
valuable.
来不是能拿来比较的东西。如果你真的这么想的话，
Seth really has it all down.
认为你配不上这
I
身
wonder why Harumasa's saying this. Maybe it's one of those. I'm playing the devil's advocate, or it's something. You can't weigh one life over another. If you really believe that, you shouldn't be wearing that uniform. Or he just wanted to see what they would say in response. Seth, calm down. Harumasa, stay calm. Harumasa's the calm one.
那个，赛斯，你先冷静点。幽真应该不是你想的那个意思。
真有意思，你哥那样的人，竟然能教出像你这样的弟弟。
I never thought a man like your brother could have a sibling like you.
这和我哥有什么关
What's
系？
my brother got to do with
没
this?
什么关系，一时感慨罢了。
Nothing, just thinking out
塞
loud.
斯洛威尔，
干什么？要打架吗？
You wanna fight?
你是个正直的人，你会成为很优秀的治安官的。
He's praising you.
对了，姑且纠正一下，这药使用的并不是病人的身体组织，
The drug's made from spinal
并且
fluid.
需要在对方活着的情况下，从后颈部位直接提取。
Has to be extracted directly from the back of the neck while the patient is still alive. Spoken from someone who has underwent the
接下
treatment.
来就不打扰两位治安官的工作了。
Not sure about what's going on, you walk away with Harumasa. From a distance, you hear Set's confused voice asking for his partner's opinion. He appears to suspect that Harumasa was making fun of him.
幽真，你刚刚怎么了？
Things
突然说那么重的
escalated
话
real fast.
你没
没什么，我只是有点好奇其他官方人员对这种非法
I
药
felt
剂
like
的
he
看法，
said what he
仅
said
此而已。
to see how they would respond. Normally, you'd expect him to be an earshot of the kids, but it seems counterproductive. I was just curious how other authorities think about the drug. That did feel like a test of some sort.
说起来，你对这种药怎么看？
What's your take on the drug? The production of the drug is messed up.
我觉得这种药的做法也太有问题了。一个文明的社会再怎么样，也不能用活人来做药吧？就像赛斯说的，
Just
没有
like
人应该
Seth
成为代
said,
价。
no one should become a
没有
sacrifice.
人应该成为代价。我明白了。
Harumasa looks like he has something to say, but remains silent in the end.
那些孩子们应该也快商量完了。
The kids are probably done talking. Let's go check on them. Oh, they came back?
想喝什么？我请客。
What do you want to drink?
老板，先来一杯苦瓜
It's
汁。
on me. Bitter gourd juice?
苦瓜汁，你的口味还真
苦
特别。
瓜汁?
这你就不知道了吧？苦这种味道啊，习惯了之后其实还挺好喝。
Bitterness can actually taste pretty good once you're used
如
to
果你
it.
从很小的时候开始，就不得不每天吃很多药，你也会慢慢喜欢上这个味
When
道。
you've had to take as many meds as I have for as long as I have, you start to appreciate the flavor. Everyone orders their drinks. An awkward silence settles in until Tsubaki, Kana, and Ryusuke exchange looks.
放轻松，你们完全可以信任我，不只因为我是对空部
You
的，
can trust me?
我也有笔账，需要和雾岛
I
一家
also
伙算
have
清楚。
unfinished business with
是舞蹈
Kirishima.
害死了星野。
They decided to confess?
疗养院里还有很多孩子，他们都因为舞蹈。
Oh no! There's no hope left for the Torii! Take care of Swiddly. Enjoy her. It was Kirishima who killed Shinya, and the others too. A lot of kids at the sanatorium have died because of him. I bet that's why they asked him to voice this character.
他在拿你们做实验，
It's just like the doctor. He's doing experiments on you, isn't he?
你知道？
猜的。但你们的后颈上并没有针孔的痕迹，
Just
可
a
以让你
guess.
们遮盖住了吧？
But I didn't see any puncture marks on your necks. He must have told you to cover them up.
没错，舞蹈一直控制着我们。
It is the exact same thing.
用来做成他想要的那种能提升以太适性的药。
Kirishima has been using us, taking our spinal fluid to make that ether aptitude booster
整个
drug.
疗养院其实就是一个巨大的人体实验室，他却对外说是慈善组织，是为了帮我们治病。
The whole sanatorium is just one big human experiment lab.
星野原本没有病得那么严重。他是我们
Shinya
当中
wasn't
最
even
忠
that
心的一
sick.
个
He had the mildest symptoms among us.
是舞蹈。为了收集副作用的数据，他把自己研究出来的那种
But
药
he
注射
did.
到了星野的身
He
体里。
injected Shinya with the
他
drug
知
he
道那种药
developed.
对我们来说就是毒药。
雾岛研究出的虽然还是半成品，但副作用对于以太适性衰
The
竭综合
side
征的患
effects
者
are
来
too
说，
much for
果然还是
patients
无法承受。
with ether aptitude
星
regression
野是为了
syndrome.
代替我。原本被选中注射的人应该是我才对。
Well, Shinya took Hana's place. I was the one who was supposed to get injected.
我在治安局有认识的人，现在就带你们去报案吧。
Can we report this?
不行，
We
在我
can't.
们出来之前，
He
他就
warned
警告
us the
过
other kids are his
疗养院里剩
hostages.
下的孩子都是人质，如果我们出了什么问题，大家都会死的。
你们现在身体状态如何？
How's your condition right now?
我的话不太好
Not，great.
应该也撑不了太久了。
Probably don't have much time left.
别说这种丧气话，贾奈，我们一定会没事的。不是丧气话，小春，我已经想好了。下次轮到你惊
Roar!
喜嘴耶的时候，
Thank you, Hockey
SWT
Talk, for resubscribing. Happy 29 months.
舞蹈不会关注这东西。
Thank you for the 29 months of support. I've made up my mind, Tsubaki. Next time, when it's your turn to extract the spinal fluid, just use mine. He won't care whose it is, as long as it works.
让我在离开之前，
At the
发
very
挥最
least,
后一点价值吧。
I want to do something meaningful before my time is up.
不行，你身体不好，更需要休息。我现在状态还行，你们都用我的。
You should rest more. Well, they're all fighting over which one to. As the kids try to volunteer for each other, Harumasa stands up, signaling them to stop talking. Kirishima is approaching.
原来你们在这儿，终于让我给找到了。
There you all are. I've been looking everywhere.
哎呀呀！
You're back!
我还以为你不要这些孩子们了呢。
Look who's here. I thought you forgot about these kids.
当然不是，只是我之前找的人不知道为什么，竟然在车上睡着了，打电话也不接。
The guy has said to me you dozed off in the car and wasn't picking up my
该不
calls.
会是工作太辛苦了吧？这可不行啊！ 当领导的还是得注意一下。
Sounds like he's
要是我
burnt
反而
out
无法被仲裁了，
from
可就不好
working
了。
too hard.
说的是，这次多亏了你们帮忙照顾。既然时间都这么晚了，我就先带这些孩子们离开了。
You exchange looks with Harumasa, who ever so slightly shakes his head. All you can do is watch Kirishima take the kids and leave.
先别担心，刚刚我和这些孩子们通过气，
Wow.
在他们身上放了
Slip
定位器，
GPS
还有收
trackers
音设备。
and mics. Harumasa hands you a small earpiece. Moments later, Kirishima's scolding comes through.
你们今天应该没说什么不该说的话吧？
Oh, the evil Kirishima. Thank you, Amson, for the hydrate. Let me get some more water. I will be right back. Let me play... Where was the other BGM? Let me play this song while I'm gone. I will BRB. Me back. You finished Wuthering Waves 2.0 100%. We got double Carlotta in the last temple. Congratulations to Hockey Talk. Are you gonna go for S2 Carlotta or S3? Thank you, Ramson, for the welcome back. And Max, Currents, Piasu, Noi, Fia, Luxray, Sidon, Roy, Ariana, Kyufi, Mushy, and Valiant. Thank you for the welcome backs. Continue my conversation. Oh, let me mute my music real quick.
没有，我们什么都没说。
Back to the secret dialogue as we eavesdrop on the doctor and the kids.
最好是这样。听好了，你们不过是我养着的活体药材罢了。
You're just my living medical supplies. He's actually speaking in the evil tone now. Why are you guys 100%ing the game already? I think quite a few people have finished 100%ing Wuthering Waves. Yikes indeed.
谁要是敢不听话，那就等着下去见星爷吧。正好新一批的成品还需要人来试试副作用呢。
Anyone who dares disobey me will be joining Shinya soon. And he's making threads. So excited. Welcome back. Thank you for the 18 months resub. Happy 18 months. It went so fast. Here is to many more. Thank you so much for the 1.5 years of support. And thank you for the tier 3 resub. Let me know if there's a song you'd like to request to listen to on stream later.
SWT tantrum here is to many
Yeah,
more
he drops all
SWT raves.
pretenses. His tone wasn't always evil. He was trying to be nice in the beginning when he was pretending. Through the earpiece so we don't get to hear anymore. Kirishima's threats continue with the kids' shaky, suppressed sobs in the background. After a while, Harumasa sets down the earpiece. This guy is pure evil! We have to stop him.
这家伙简直太坏了，一定要把他抓起来。
I had a feeling. I was thinking they wouldn't. I feel like the VA wouldn't just voice a couple lines as the NPC. He has to have some potentially evil parts. He has to have some more parts. Looks like he'll be in the next part.
留下来。
We'll use the recordings as evidence, and we'll track down the exact coordinates.
疗养院里还有其他孩子，
We have to play
不
safe.
能打草惊蛇，不然以他的性格，一定会毁尸灭迹的。至于脊髓液的事，我
Oh, are you
怎
okay?
么了？身体不舒服吗？
没事，只是今天稍微有些
I'm
劳累。
fine, just a bit worn out
我们先回
today.
去再说吧。
Let's head back first.
哇，今天也有下午茶，谢谢师傅。
Wait, young Harumasa all of a sudden? He looks so excited. There's afternoon tea. Thank you, Master. Oh, you can see the Master with the syringe behind him. Is that Dotori's VA? It is Dotori's VA. Sounds like him and Cien as per streamer. I recognize my Dotori VA. He wouldn't voice a non-evil NPC. He voices Archer though. Archer is not evil. Can get the doctor behind bars in 15 minutes.
优真记得的吧？在吃点心之前要做什么？
Remember Harumasa? What do we do before snack time?
我知道，要做那件事。
It's time for that.
脖子上要先打针。
I need to get the shot on my neck first.
还有每天的配药，这些都是为了让你好起来必须要做的事。
Oh, he tricked him into thinking the shot was to help him get better.
放心吧，师傅，我不怕疼，也不怕吃药。
Don't worry, Master. I'm not afraid of pain or medicine.
那些药也就和师傅常喝的黑咖啡差不多苦而已。
The medicine, it's only as bitter as the black coffee that you always drink.
乖孩子，你会好起来的。
Good boy, you're going to get better soon.
那如果我一直很乖的话，会有奖励吗？
If I keep being a good boy, will I get a prize?
想要什么？
What did you have in
想
mind?
师傅的头巾。
Oh, his headband! I see. I want your headband, and that's how he ended up with the yellow headband. Though he did say he treated his master like family.
戴上头巾的话，一定就能像师傅一样厉害。每次射箭的时候都能正中靶心。
With it, I'll be as good as you. Every shot from my bow will be a bullseye.
这可不是头巾的功劳。
The headband isn't what does
不
that.
过我答应你，所以优真要一直做乖孩子。
But I agree to your request, so you have to keep being a good boy. Are you
从刚刚
okay?
开始你就一直不说话。
抱歉。
He was remembering the past memories.
说回之前的话题，虽然我之前一直试图避而不谈，但像你这么聪明的人，应该早就猜到了吧？
I've been dodging this topic, but someone as sharp as you probably figured it out
我和那些
already.
孩子们一样，都是以胎氏性衰竭综合征的
I'm
患者。
just like those kids. I too have ether aptitude
这
regression
种疾病在
syndrome.
每个人身上会产生不同的病变部位。对我来说，主要是肺部。
For
还有
me,
心脏。
it's mainly my lungs and heart.
如你所见，我的旧疾也是因此诞生的。
As you can see, it's also caused my chronic condition.
你的身体情况还好吗？
How is your body doing?
放心，我的病情还
My
算轻
condition
度，
is
不会这么容易
mild.
死掉的。
I'm not going to die that
毕竟祸
easily.
害总是要1000年的嘛。
You know what they say? The bad guys always live the longest. Don't say that about yourself.
你哪里受祸害了？
很久之前，刚查出这种病的时候，父母带我去了当地
Story
最好的医院
time. Back when I was first diagnosed, my parents took me to the best hospital in the
后这期
city.
间，他们说要给我买点食物补充营养，
Why
然后就再也没有回来。
then they ditched him? They told me they'd get some food for me while we waited, but they never came
当
back.
时我还是话都说不清的年纪呢。不过，就算记得家的位置，我也已经回不去了吧？
I was too little to even speak properly, but even if I knew where home was, there was no going
再之
back.
后，我就被师傅收养了。师傅教了我很多事情，如何拉弓，如何用刀，如何以这副身体在世界里幸
And
存下来。
then the master took me in. He taught me a lot of things, like how to draw a bow, how to wield a blade, and how to survive in this world with this body of
师傅说
mine.
他想要治好我的病，所以我每天都要吃很多药，还要进行颈部注射
He。said he wanted to cure me, so every day I had to take lots of meds and get injections.
当然，很久以后我才知道，所谓的注射其实是在提取材料，用来制作他们想要的强化
It
药剂。
wasn't until much later I realized they weren't giving me shots, but extracting materials from me to make the booster
我脖
drugs.
子上戴着的饰品，其实是为了遮盖后颈上留下的痕迹。
The choker I wear is actually to cover the scars on
不
my
过它
neck,
还挺好看的，对吧
but？it looks pretty good,
哎
right?
呀呀，一不小心说多了。
I remember
这
seeing
些
the
其实都是过
puncture
去的事
marks.
我早就不在意了。
It's all in the past now. I don't care anymore. He definitely cares, but I
我会在
care.
意的。
别露出这么难过的表情吧。不过，谢谢你。 还是说回正事吧。
Back to the matter at hand.
我大概猜到他的目的了。
I think I know what Kirishima's
与其说是
after.
和我一起找到师傅，他其实真正想要的是找到师傅留下的研究数据和药物样品。
He wants the research data and drug samples my master left
不过事到
behind.
如今，我也不得不会他了，不只是为了师傅的事，还有那些孩子们。
But now that it's come to this, I have no choice but to confront him. Not just for my master, but for the sake of
到
those
时候
kids
还要
too.
麻烦你来进行引导了。
Chapter 3 time. I thought he was just a natural slacker, says Wise. Now I feel bad about it. Let's wait for his message. Good. We're right on time. We made plans with Kirishima and we're going to the base where our master used to hide. When the time comes, I'll be counting on you. Oh, we're going for a leave request.
工作的同事们，
Thank you, Lo-san, for the hydrate. Well, it seems like he has a complicated relationship with his master. His master was somewhat taking advantage of him, but Harumasa seems to also treat his master as family because he took him in after his parents left him. Aphrodite, welcome back. Let me drink some water.
优真，你又迟到了。还有，林，
哦，是我邀请来的。这家伙说之后有志向要考取对空部，所以先来考察考察环境。
He's with me. He mentioned wanting to join the HSO, so he's here to check out the place. Wait, does he mean she?
我倒也没有想要加入。
They were using the wrong pronouns because I had the female MC, and then they were using the he. I was thinking, who is he? Because we're the only ones that he brought over. Never plan on joining HSO.
说嘛，你刚刚还和我说
Don't be
加入
shy.
对空部一直是你的人生理想呢。
Harumasa's really good at just rambling about. Okay, Harumasa's really good at making up stuff on the spot.
不过我今天来是有些话想要和大家说。
Have a few things I
你
want
今
to
天
say.
来，难道不是因为今天是我们的工作日？
Are you not here because today is a work day?
还真不是因为这个，
Nope.
但是月长，一直以来谢谢你了。
I wanted to thank you for
我知道你
everything.
帮我扛住了很多压力。我请假的理
Roar.
由总是乱七八糟，多亏了你和上面
Thank you, Vakaran, for the 3-month resub. Maybe it's V-Akaran. Happy 3 months. Thanks for resubscribing with Prime. And take care of Redrox. I know you've done a lot for me. My leave excuses are all over the place. But you always manage to fight for my case with the higher
如果
ups.
没有你的掩护，以我这个离谱的请假频率，应该早就被上级约谈了吧？
Without your help, I definitely would have been called in by the higher ups for my ridiculous number of
哎呀
absences.
想想还真是不甘心。明明我们是同期，我却已经被你远远甩在后面了呢。
I hate to admit it, but even though we joined around the same time, you're way ahead of me now.
雅科长，感谢你一直以来的信
He's
任。
almost like saying his last words. Chief Miyabi, thank you for your trust all this time.
对空部可能也不会接受像我这样身体状况不稳定的人。
If it weren't for you, HSO probably would never have accepted someone like
我
me.
说过，选你是因为你很强。
I chose you because you're strong.
还有小仓脚，抱歉啊，之前工作的时候，我总是带着你躲在一边说些大道理，其实都只是为
I
了
was
偷懒
just trying to slack off, Sokaku. Sorry for pulling you aside to lecture you.
原来是这样吗？千羽，是发生什么事了吗？
Did something
没什
happen?
么只是我从
Nothing.
今天开始要请个小长假，处理一些不得不做的事情。
I need to take a little vacation starting today to take care of some important
科
matters.
长的话来说，大概就是进行一场与过去的自己相关的修行吧。
As the chief would say it, I'm doing a training tied to my past self.
原来是修行呀。那优真有什么需要我们帮忙的地方吗？
没有哦，但如果各位真的
If you
想
really
帮忙
want
的
to
话
help-
不如把我的活动分了怎么样？我发自内心
How
感
about
激你
take over my workload?
休息很好，但不必勉强自
Don't
己。
push yourself too
我相
hard.
信你，作为上级，也作为朋友，
Miyabi is always so
能
understanding.
准时归队即可。
Harumasa has mastered the art of BS. Welcome back, O2.
就像科长说的这样，
That's right.
如果你遇到什么问题，
If you run into any problems, contact us anytime.
没错没错，你要是不及时回来的话，办公室的小点心都会被我吃光的。
谢谢。
I'll be back as soon as I can. You leave HSO with Harumasa. That wasn't a dead flag. I love how that was even. This is even one of the options. This isn't a dead flag, is it?
你刚刚听起来有些反常啊，不会是在立什么旗子吧？
当然不是。
Of course
想到要
not.
和同事们暂时
I was
分
just
别，
feeling
稍微有些感伤
a
而已。
little sentimental. I like this choice.
时间不早了，
It's getting
我们准
late.
备进空洞吧。
Let's get ready to enter the hollow. Well, now you have to go back to connect. Karma and tribulation.
Place
we agreed to meet. Oh.
此处存在可以移动集装箱的机关。
Dodge. Oh, tree can come out first.
好吧。
Harumasa.
太多了，我的嗓子太敏感，吸入一点灰尘就有反应。
Have a sensitive throat.
不过问题不大。
But no big deal. Let's keep going. Push them over. Shoot! I like how it auto locks on. We always think of the word tribulation when you hear Trivi. Welcome back, 1124. I like this hairstyle a lot too. I realized I haven't used it in a while. Are you okay?
是身体不舒服吗？
没事，只是最近睡眠时间少。
Just haven't gotten much sleep lately. You don't look like you're doing that well.
要不我们先离开空洞？检测到浅羽优真在刚刚的战斗中出现手抖、咳嗽、射击准确率下降等情况，
Observation.
与其身体状况相关，建议先离开空洞环境。
Harumasa is exhibiting hand tremors, coughing, reduced accuracy. Hypothesis: this is linked to his physical condition. Suggestion: leave the hollow now and rest.
刚刚的状态确实不太好，不过问题
I admit I haven't been at my best, but it's no big deal.
你知道的，
I need to see it through.
我必须完成它，
It's my last chance.
这是最后的机会了。
你就那么想要找到师傅吗？哪怕伤害到自己的身体？
我想要一个答案。
I need an
更重要
answer.
的是，我绝不能让巫导抢先一步找到师傅，或是拿到他留下的数据和药物样本。一旦师傅的研究成果落入这种人手里，会有很多人因此丧命。
But he also wants to stop Kirishima.
还有很多普通人也有这东西。
It's like Pandora's box.
一旦开启就永远
Once it's open, there's no going
他
back.
的野心，无论牺牲多少人，他都不会收手。我不能让这样的事情发生。
The description of Kirishima does sound similar to our doctor. Welcome back, Demas, and welcome Flinty RG to this stream. Hello. You remember often these earrings with this hairstyle?
所以，拜托了，
I think I have it fixed for the earrings and the hairstyle now.
战斗到最后吧。
Or the earrings and the outfit.
既然你都说到这份
If
上
you insist, I have your back.
但是我们先约定好，
谢谢你，搭档。放心吧，我可是很惜命的。我最不会做的事。
Don't worry. I value my life highly, and the last thing I do is push myself too hard.
我们就继续前进吧。
Keep going.
我们真的要这么做吗？
What if his condition gets worse? I've got a plan B. Can contact Section 6 secretly?
留了后账，赶紧先联系一下6课。如果真出了问题，
And then he no longer has to keep the secret from the rest of the group.
我这就联络他们。
Keep them on.
刘真，怎么了？你不舒服？
没事。
Harumasa pauses for a second before finally opening up the shipping container. As expected, it's filled with daily items, medical equipment, and heaps of research materials. Kirishima seems to be desperately looking for something amidst these items. At the same time, Harumasa hides in Kirishima's blind spot, quietly opening up the paper from before.
这是师傅留下的。
It's a letter from Master? The age paper once contained many words. Oh, it's the thing I read. But there's one more, always hidden nearby. Apart from that, there's also that unique symbol, the key to this mystery. Harumasa reaches out and gently brushes his fingers over the symbol. Perhaps it was your imagination, but you think you saw his hand trembling just now. Do you recognize
你
the
认识这个
symbol?
符号吗？
Thank you, Max, for the hydrate.
很久之前，在被当作实验体的时候，我身边除了师傅之外，还有一些看起来很忙碌的大人们。
When I was being experimented on, there were other adults around Master who always seemed to be
师
busy.
傅说，那些人是为了监督他好好工作而存在的，他们不是同伴。
Master told me they were there to keep an eye on him. They weren't friends.
所以我们曾经约定过，当我想避开那些大人们，
I
只
was
和
their
师傅单
secret
独待
meetup
着的时候
symbol.
就在便签上画上这个标记，他会单独来找我，
Then
教我练剑术，或者单纯只是陪我讲讲故事。
he'd come find me by himself, teach me archery, or just tell me stories. Meanwhile, Kirishima finally stopped his rummaging, seemingly finding nothing.
可恶，怎么这里也没有？
你在找什么？
What are you looking for?
没什么，没什么，只是感觉这里也没有什么能找到师傅的线索。
Nothing? Seems like there's nothing here that could help us find
不
Master.
过，这里的机关果然只有你才能解开啊！找你来还真是找对了，你才是最了解你师傅的人。
But as I thought, you're the only one who can solve the puzzle.
是吗？我也曾以为我了解他，就像所有人了解自己的家
I
人。
used to think I knew him, just like everyone thinks they know their
但
family.
现在，我
But
不知道。
now, I'm not so sure. I never thought there'd be nothing but junk here. Where did he hide it? At that moment, a loud rumbling sound suddenly comes from a distance. The long, silent elevator slowly starts up. So it is connected to the elevator. The elevator? Does that mean... I get it. He must have hidden it. I mean, I know another place we can reach by elevator. There must be a clue about your master there. Come with me. The chest! Oh. There seems to be a... medic? Wait. Could that be the master?
那只蚁还一直徘徊在手提箱附近，
That ethereal keeps
看起来
circling
简直像
around
是
the
在故意守着箱子
briefcase.
一样。
It's almost like it's guarding it.
别管什么遗骸了，赶紧去拿那个手提箱，那里面的东西肯定能让我们找到师傅的下落。
Forget about the ethereal. Let's go get the briefcase.
师傅的下落，
Master's whereabouts, huh?
我看到了。那只蚁还的附近散落着师傅的衣物，
The master's clothes are scattered near the ethereal. And those are definitely his glasses.
他真的还活着吗？
Is he really still
刘
alive?
真，我知道你担心他的安危，但你先别想太多。
够了，我累了。
I'm tired.
我知道你的目标从一开始就是那个箱子里的东西，那里面装的根本不是什么师傅下落的线索，而是他留下的强化药剂。
I know what you've been after this whole
我
time.
也知道你想用师傅留下的东西来完善自己的研究， 做出所谓能让人类征服空洞的。
Harumasa's laying the cards on the table.
你建立了疗养院，实际上那里只是你的人体实验室。
In reality,
在从生病的孩子们身上抽取制作
the
药物。
sanatorium is just your lab for human experiments, where you harvest materials from sick kids.
这些我都知道。而就在你身处空洞的当下，
We sent a team to rescue everyone.
解救那些孩子们。所以你现在可以告诉我了，他还活着吗？
Tell me, is he still alive?
果然这种程度还是瞒不住你啊！你竟然还搞到了疗养院的坐标。算了，反正那里也没有很重要。
Guess I couldn't have fooled you after
无
all.
所谓，既然机关已经打开了，你的利用价值也差不多没了。
Now that the puzzle solved, you're useless to me?
看在认识这么多年的份上，我就告诉你好了。
Since we've known each other for so many years, I'll tell you.
亲爱的师傅，现在正在那边咆哮着呢。
It is the ethereal.
你是说，那只蚁骸？没错，那只蚁骸就是你的师傅。我可是亲眼看着他被侵蚀的。他既然不自量力的想要违抗那些大人物的命令，会落到这种下场，也是理所当然的事。
I watched him get corrupted with my own eyes. He foolishly tried to go against the power players. It's only fitting he ends up like this.
我还有话要问他，我还没。
I haven't asked him.
要怪就怪你师傅自己吧，他根本不懂这份研究的价值。这可是名垂千古的机会。
If anyone's at fault, it's your master. He didn't understand the value of his research.
一旦制作出真正的一台实性强化药剂，我们就再也不用惧怕空洞，甚至有可能征服空洞。
Once we make a true ether aptitude booster, we could even conquer the hollows. He has crazier dreams.
那时候，新的世界就会诞生，而我就是新世界的神。
When the time comes, a new world will be born, and I will become its god.
即使要踩在无数人的尸体上。
Even if it means stepping over countless bodies.
你说那些病人们，他们和你一样，不过是前往新世界的道路上需要牺牲的代价罢了。
They're just necessary sacrifices on the path to a new world, just like you.
反正就算我不介入，你们本来也活不了多久。从某种意义上来说，我这也算是在废物利用吧。
In a sense, I'm putting waste to good use, wouldn't you agree?
你还真
You
敢说。
really have the nerve to say that.
其实自己心里也明白的吧。对于这项伟大的研究来说，你们的牺牲根本不值一提。
Deep down, you know it too.
这也是那些大人物们转而来找我继续实验的原因。
I wonder who the power players are. This is why the power players turn to me to continue the research.
一台室性衰竭综合症的患者并没有那么多，就算你们研究出了没有副作用的药物，也远不够大范围使用。
There aren't that many patients with the ether aptitude regression syndrome.
这点小事算什么？到那时候，我们想办法诱导普通人发病不就行了？人这种资源要多少有多少，这可比我现在研究的课题简单多了。
That's just a minor issue. I had a feeling he was gonna say we can create more people with the disease.
你还不知道吗？大人物们已经进行过很多次实验了，像你这样的病人早就用废了不少。虽然最终只有你师傅的成果最稳定。
The power players have done many experiments already, and they've used plenty of patients like you, though only your master's results were stable.
他却偏偏生出了多余的情感，才会落得这种下场。
So he did care about Harumasa.
真可笑，他 竟然会怜悯你这种半只脚踏进棺材的人。
Feeling pity for someone with one foot in the coffin like you. What a joke.
明明之前抽你洗髓液的时候也没手软过，却在最后关头拒绝试验，所以他才会被那些大人物处理掉啊。
He never hesitated when extracting your spinal fluid, but he refused to perform the final experiment at the last minute. That's why the power players got rid of him. So he must have also somewhat saw Harumasa's family too.
你说师傅他，哟，你的身体也出问题了呀？竟然恶化的这么快！看来老天也是站在我这边的。
别得意忘形了，只要我
As long as I'm alive,
就绝对不会让你拿到箱子里的
I
东西。
won't let you have the briefcase.
那我们走着瞧吧。
糟糕，又有野孩出现了，先解决他们。
Waiting for those attached scorpion ethereals to be added to more difficult stages. I don't remember seeing them in the previous content. Was that a new thing? What's happening with your body?
刚刚舞蹈也说你的病情很奇怪，你是不是有事瞒着我？
我没事，
Just feeling a little
暂时
dizzy.
有点晕，很快就会恢复的。
你再不说实话的话，我现在就要终止神教工作了。
Val, what the? If you don't tell me the truth right now, I'll end our partnership immediately.
舞蹈需要定期提取那些病人们的脊髓液，但他们的状况很不好，再继续下去大概率会病发。
Hiroshima extracts spinal fluids from those kids regularly, but they're not in good shape. If this goes on, they'll likely collapse, relapse.
他们先用我的脊髓液代替了。
Wait, what? So I had them use my spinal fluid instead?
在见到师傅，拿到师傅留下的药之前，舞蹈这条线索不能断。不只是因为他，还有他背后的神秘势力。
We needed to find Master and secure the drug samples he left. Losing Hiroshima would have meant losing our only lead to the power players behind
综合
him.
考虑各方利弊之后，我只能这么做。
No wonder his condition was getting worse.
你现在需要立刻进医院吧？
You need to go to the hospital.
我提供的剂量并不算多，不会造成严重影响。
Dose was small enough not to cause any serious side effects.
我和他们的耐受度不一样，我的身体早就习惯这种程度的损耗了。
Besides, my tolerance is different from theirs. My body is already used to this kind of
比起这
strain.
些，我还有没做完的事。拿到手提箱，
I still have to get the briefcase
终结那只遗骸。
and put an end to the
说起来
ethereal.
可能有点可笑，但是
Roar!
那家伙以这副样子永远
Pio
不会再
o
回
sol spinal
Thank you,
fluid
Mr. Manchi, for the
SWDO.
5-month resub. Happy 5 months. It might sound stupid, but I don't think it sounds stupid. I don't want him wandering around forever in the hollows in that form.
你身体都已经这样了，还要去和那只野孩战斗吗？
放心吧，这个世界上
No one values my
比
life
我更珍惜自己的生命。
more than I do. Harumasa looks back, smiles at you mischievously like usual, his yellow headband fluttering in the wind. Then, he grips his long bow tightly and charges forward without the slightest hesitation.
谢谢你陪我走到现在，搭档。别担心了，你该为我感到高兴
You。should be happy for me.
我终于能结束这一切了。
I can finally put an end to all of this.
真没礼貌。
Oh. Chingy, go back.
那试试我的枕头。你听过吗？
Welcome barbed wire Dakota to this stream. Why don't we?
不行，相信我，我可以战胜他，我必须战胜他。
I have to defeat him. It's almost dead. Vital signs are rapidly declining.
再这样下去，刘震就会。
Master. I thought I'd hate you. Oh no!
刘震，你还好吗？难道又发病了？
干得不错，刘真。那家伙留下的东西，我就收下了。看样子你已经看不清也听不见了。你算什么东西？
Oh!
老实点待着吧，虽然你也活不了多久。
可恶，绝不会让你。
Wake up! Don't fall asleep.
这里是大家，
我们还能去有风的地方吗？
All the lenses are fully.
结束呢。
It's not over yet.
我还有
Whoa. One last shot.
没做完的事啊！
His headband.
师傅，
Oh, it's like his master when he was teaching him.
从来不必向外所求，它就藏在你一次又一次拉弓的瞬间。
On the music during this part. It looks like a shooting star. That almost looked lethal at his eyes.
就算你砸了它，只要有一滴，我的人就能复制出来。你和你的红土伟业说再见吧。
Did he just?
抱歉了，小陈家，我不能让这东西存在于世界上。啊，对了，这次的假期，
My final vacation request. Surely Harumasa will be okay. When then it ends like this? Wanted to get out of here first. He needed to make sure not a single drop was remaining.
这头巾是你的了。
The headband scene. Young Harumasa. Can I really have it?
我答应过你，不过你最好还是别指望带着它就能次次命中十环。
But don't think it'll help you hit 10 bullseyes while wearing it. The headband did help him in the end.
我知道的，谢谢师傅。
Oh, surely the medication was the Shifu's final gift. It was a medication to help cure him or make him better.
刘真，我
什么？
不，没什么。
It's nothing.
如果有一天我不在了，你也要按时吃药，定期去医院检查身体，记住了吗？
Even if I'm not around anymore one day, you must keep up with your medication and routine checkups.
师傅，
Are you leaving,
离
Master?
开了吗？
Just like Mom and Dad.
像爸爸妈妈也一样。是我做错了什么吗？
Did I do something wrong?
不是你的错，是我太累了，也该考虑翘班休个长假了。
It's not your fault. I'm just really tired. Maybe it's time for me to skip work and take a break.
但不是现在，我还有很多事没有做完，
But I still have a lot of work
我
to
会
do,
完成它的。
and I will finish it.
那等假期结束，师傅还会回来吗？
Will you come back after your
如
break?
果还有机会的话，我会的。
And I can even hide to see the full art. I can really see the headband in this scene. And then the master with the headband.
我曾以为我可以拯救更多人，至少他们是这么告诉我的。
I once thought I could save more people. At least, that's what they told
如果
me.
神抛弃了这个世界，将我们囿于无尽的灾难之中，那么无论付出什么代价，跨越多少牺牲，我们也应当竭尽所能，以血肉之躯夺回神明的权柄。
If the gods have abandoned this world, trapping us in endless calamity, then we must reclaim the power of the gods with our mortal bodies, regardless of the cost or sacrifice.
但这是不对的。
But this is wrong.
不能用眼前真切的痛苦来换取一个遥远的虚无缥缈的可能性。我更没有权利擅自践踏他人的生命，并将其冠以牺牲之名。
That's why his master was coming around. I can't exchange this real, immediate suffering right in front of me for a distant and uncertain possibility. And who am I to trample on the lives of others in the name of sacrifice?
以献祭来换取拯救的，不是神，是恶魔。
One who offers salvation in exchange for sacrifice is not a god, but evil.
所以，千羽佑真，我希望你今后的人生永远属于你自己，不必成为任
I
何人
wish for your
任何事
life
的代价。
to always be your own, not a sacrifice for anyone or anything.
还有，
And
我很抱歉。
he even apologized. But Section 6 help, Kirishima and his accomplices are swiftly subdued. The unconscious Harumasa is rushed to the hospital. Harumasa's state is dire and given a critical condition notice, but just when the doctors are out of options, he miraculously awakes. Several days later in the Section 6 office, the once sterile workplace seems to have been decorated carefully.
你们怎么搞得这么冷静？这该不会是什么整蛊行动吧？
Interesting. Just when the doctor's out of options, he magically awakes.
不是整蛊，是为了欢迎大病初愈的同伴回
They're
归。
welcoming him back.
没错，所以我们准备了好多好吃的东西。
We're prepared lots of yummy goodies.
千羽，你今天没有迟到，很好。为了庆祝，我们还请来了一位
We've
重要的
even
客人。
invited a very special guest. Ta-da! A warm welcome to our executive officer who's back on the job.
热烈欢迎优真执行官重回岗位。
哎呀，重回岗位这种词，真是光
Just
听着就
hearing
让
back
人
on the
有上班
job
的疲惫感呢。
gives me instant work fatigue.
多亏了你们，要不是机智的神将大人提前
We
通知
did end
后
up
援，
calling for
而我的
backup.
同事们也都及时赶到，慷慨搭救。我的骨灰现在应该已经洒向大海了吧？
My ashes would have been
听起
floating.
来似乎略有些遗憾。
You almost sound disappointed.
执行官千羽佑真，你在岗时间内立下了许多功劳，也曾在空洞灾难
You're
中救下无数平
indispensable
民。
to Section
你
6.
是6颗不可或缺的一部分，我为你感到骄傲。
Miyabi says I'm very proud of you.
怎么突然这么正式，让人怪不好意思的。但是，谢谢。
那句话怎么说来着啊？大难不死，必有
Those who survive a catastrophe
草莓大福。
are destined for great fortune. You have a nice chat with everyone at Section 6. Unfortunately, work comes in and they start getting loaded with dull paperwork. Haramasa winks at you and excuses himself to rest as he's still recovering. This guy, he's got slacking off down pat. At Haramasa's invitation, you join him on the rooftop where he often sneaks off to at work.
啊，我还是更喜欢能被风吹到
The
的地
same
方。
old Harumasa. I haven't watched the Arknight's 5-year anniversary live stream.
说实话，我确实没想到还能再见到你。把药注射进脖子的时候，我
He expected that would be the last he would ever see of anyone. So he was giving a death flag.
他们暂时找不到原因，还说这简直就是医学奇迹。
The doctor said the fact I was alive was sheer luck, not to mention how quick my recovery was. They couldn't explain it and called it a miracle of modern
原来我
medicine.
也有运气这么好的时候。
人没事就好。后来误导的事情怎么说了？
What happened to
疗养
Kirishima?
院里的孩子们都已
They
经
didn't mention it might have
送往了
been
专门的医疗机构，
the
目前病情稳定。之后我会资助
master's
他们的生活开销。
last syringe shot, not actually giving what they thought it was giving. The kids at the sanatorium were all rescued and taken to a specialized hospital. Their conditions are stable now, and I'll be helping with their living
关于
expenses.
幕后的势力，审讯的时候也从误导嘴里套出来了
Oh,
几
they
个
even
大
got
人
some power
物，
players
收获还
out.
算不小。
About your master.
关于你师傅的事，应该也处理好了吧？
遗物都整理好了，葬礼定在下个月。虽然会参与的人应该也只有我吧。
I've collected his belongings, and the funeral's next month. Though, I might be the only one attending. Harumasa lifts up his hand and gently brushes the ends of his yellow headband.
我一直把师傅当作唯一的家人，所以才会执着于向他讨要一个答案，类似于为什么要像我的亲生父母一
He
样。
wanted to ask why he left him.
但现在感觉好像一切都无所谓了。
But now it feels like none of that matters
图
anymore.
谋与利用是真的，但那些关怀和照顾同样也是真的。既然苦难和幸福可以共存，那爱与恨也一样吧。
The deceit and exploitation were real, but so were the care and kindness. If suffering and happiness can coexist, then maybe love and hate can too. Do you
你是
forgive
决定
him?
原谅他了吗？
我想这应该算不上原谅，我只是接受。
I wouldn't call it forgiveness, just
我
acceptance.
接受这一切，无论是好的、坏的、痛苦的还是愉悦的，没有什么是不可接受的。
I take it as it
或许
is.
正是这些组成了生命本身。
Good or bad, pain or joy, there's nothing I don't accept. Perhaps that's what makes up life
总
itself.
有坏的事情存在，但也总有美好的事情正在发生。
There's always going to be evil, but there's always bound to be good out there too.
就像我明明已经陷入绝境，却还能奇迹一般康复。即使记忆里的家人都离开了我，却也能遇到你，遇到这些重要的同伴们一样。
Like how I was on the brink, but recovered miraculously. Even though I've lost family, I've got to meet you and my amazing teammates. Suddenly, a phone rings. It's Harumasa's specialist doctor.
前宇优症患者，基于你的身体检测报告结果，
Oh?
目前有一个推测需要告知你。
We have a hypothesis we think you need to know based on your recent test results.
分析数据显示，有很大的概率是你最后给自己注
Ah,
射
so the last syringe was actually one to save him. Our analysis suggests that the drug you injected may have actually saved your life. That does make more sense than just the he miraculously survived because of a stroke of luck type of thing.
什么意思？那种强化药剂对我来说
Thank you, Max, for the
没有用
hydrate.
只会加
Let
速
me
我的
drink
病
some
程
water. What do you mean? That drug was supposed to be poison and accelerate my disease.
毒药？不不，那简直就像是专为你打造的特效药。
It was a special cure tailored just for you.
我们在你体内检测到了残留的有效成分，它不仅能控制病情，还完美契合你的体质。换句话说，这药唯独对你有效。它一定是
That's a very specific cure. Tailored for Harumasa. In other words, this medicine only works on you. It must have been made by someone who knew your condition inside and out.
只可惜他还是个半成品，但能把你从死亡边缘拉回来，已经相当厉害了。
It's a shame that it's still an unfinished product, but it's incredible how it brought you back from the brink of death. Harumasa hangs up the phone after a brief chat with the doctor. He looks a little confused, as if he needs a long time to process this fact.
原来这并不是奇迹啊。
So, it wasn't a miracle after all. So that drug was to cure you. No wonder the ethereal was guarding the drug.
所以，你师父留下的药并不是所谓的强化药剂，而是专门为你研制的控制病情的药物。难怪当时那只野孩一直徘徊在药物旁边，不肯离开。
看起来是这样的。不知道从什么时候开始。
That must have been what the master meant too by he had a lot of work he wanted to finish.
而是转向了真正能治疗我的药。
I wonder when he stopped working on the ether booster drug and began focusing on creating a cure for me.
我竟然完全没有发现。
I had no idea.
但也就是因为这个原因，他才会被那些人处理掉吧。
That's probably also why those people decided to get rid of him. Harumasa leans against the rooftop railing and stays quiet for a long time. Just when you think he's dozed off, he breaks the silence.
谢谢你陪我聊这些。放心吧，我会努力活着的。
Thanks for talking with me. Don't worry, I'll live my life to the
但
fullest.
如果有一天我病发变成了野孩，别皱眉头，我们都知道的，那一天总会来。
But if one day I become sick and turn into an ethereal, don't frown. We all know that day is going to come sooner or
要是真
later.
到了那时候，你也在场的话，
Oh, and that's
希
the
望你
scene
能顺手帮个小忙，
I was doing the trust.
杀了我。
I was doing the trust missions with Harumasa, and he referred to this line. When that happens, and if you're around, I hope you can do me a small favor and end my
别
life.
让我一直以野孩的样子待在空洞里好吗？
Don't leave me wandering forever as an ethereal. We even have the two choices.
好，我答应你。
谢谢。虽然我也发自内心希望这一天不要太早降临啊。
Thank you. Though I hope that day doesn't come anytime soon.
那就祝我们都能好好活下去吧。
Let's both aim to live our lives to the fullest.
在这个破破烂烂、千疮百孔，却又灿烂至极的世界里，
In this messed up, wounded, yet so brilliantly beautiful world. After enjoying the calm for a while, you suddenly receive a message from Harumasa to celebrate his partial recovery. He wants to invite everyone for a small gathering at the port. It's not over yet. He's cured now, surely. He got an extra booster to help delay the onset. Talk with the bamboo boatman. Everyone's here. Looks like none of my friends were late. If I'm not mistaken, there's only one person here who's known for being late. Not me. In any case, to mark my brush with death, or rather my miraculous survival, I especially invited everyone to relax today. I even picked the hottest hobby around, sea fishing. We're gonna be able to fish next patch. If we can catch a big fish, can I eat it right away? Nope, you have to bring it back and cook it first. Today is perfect for training with the sea fishing competition. Looks like Chief is going all out. To your help. Sorry for not telling you all everything earlier. It's true, my situation is pretty serious, but I can still work normally. I do have a small request. I'd appreciate it if you all stop looking at me like I'm on my deathbed. If you can treat me the same way as before, that would be great. To me, you're the same as before. There's no difference. If our superiors have any questions, I will find a way to handle it. You're still the most reliable one among us. I'm still your slacking off partner, Sokaku. Just kidding. Don't worry, I should be fine for a while. As for the future, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But today, the main event is sea fishing. The doctor said it's good for my physical and mental health, right? Harumasa making stuff up again. The preparations will take a little longer. Feel free to wander around before then. What do you mean some people are sweet fishing right now? It's this patch. A little bamboo boatman. Time for a group photo. We even have all the other children here too. After that, everyone tries sea fishing under Harumasa's guidance. After some initial confusion, everyone gradually finds their rhythm and catches some fish. If you ask who caught the most, of course, it's Harumasa. They had a typo with his usual mischievous smile. Thank you, Sinsky, for the 2 months resub. Happy 2 months.
Chat SWT wave SWT
I was like, what is
SWT2 happy 2 months.
Happy 2 months. With his usual mischievous smile, his golden pupils reflecting the vast sky and ocean. The wind blows, gently lifting his headband like a long delayed farewell. Perhaps the long night hasn't ended, but hope always glows with golden light. I thought we would get to see a picture of the fishing. Harumasa story completed. I really like Harumasa Story Quest. Woesley. Oh, there was that. Wait, where's my game?
Hype train started choo choo.
Thank you, Sincha. Oh, thank you, Blind
Hello,
Guardian,
everyone.
for the 7 months.
SWT wave
resub.
SWTP.
Happy 7 months. Thank you for the 7 months of support. And thank you, Sincha, for the 11 months resub. Happy almost 1 year. It was such a good quest. I feel like they covered a lot of relatable topics and the discussion. And they had my favorite VA in the quest. I will double check later to see if it's actually the guy. But I really like this quest for multiple reasons. Thank you, Maverick, for gifting a subscription to Osumania, dude. What are these things? Oh, these are the exchange store. How do I even start this thing? Oh, this was the story I finished. Oh, and then these are the stages I haven't done. Maybe I can quickly... I need to select. The frame rate of all characters is increased. I think I like this one. Thank you, HockeyX, for gifting a subscription to the community. 8 days left. We all know the number 1 reason. I was listening and I was like, this sounds so familiar. It's kind of loud. I can turn off the BGM.